I'm bringing sex back.
You see, they call me Lake. Timberlake.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Movie Call Podcast, the #1 podcast in the world. We are talking about Palmer, the 2021 film directed by Fisher Stevens, who's not really a director, more of an actor.
So would you say he's a director?
Nonetheless, we're talking about Palmer, the Justin Timberlake film. But yeah, he's trying to right his wrongs from his past, and he's trying to outrun the demons that come with that.
But before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that bell icon so you don't miss a single video.
Or don't.
But yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty decent film. When I read the caption, I thought it was going to be more action-based. I thought it was going to be like, oh, blast from the past.
Oh, my lucky stars, a Negro.
The enemies that he fucked over are going to come try to take over his town. Like, kind of like The Rundown. I thought it was The Rundown.
You were expecting a Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Shut up, bitch.
Justin Timberlake? Like, this is his
Well,
old
he
name?
had a beard.
I want to see the movie Alex had in his mind when he chose
I just Timberlake with two fucking
I thought
guns.
It was gonna be
There's too many of them.
more action-based. I didn't watch anything. I was like, oh, coming this summer.
Gets in a mech, he just starts fucking killing him. It's like, what?
Like a fucking John Wick movie.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, it was I enjoyed the film. Wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
You were expecting fucking Rambo.
I was expecting violence, at least some, not a lot. Like I didn't think it was gonna be a lot, but like I expected some. Wasn't as great as I was expecting. Outside of me thinking it was an action film, thought the writing was pretty bleh, and that's kind of where I'll leave it.
Is that like the back of the box review? Writing was bleh.
It was bleh.
I really enjoyed it while I was watching it, but it's going to be one of those movies that I'm not going to recall a whole lot from it. Like there's no like scene that sticks out in my mind that was like, fuck yeah, that's the movie. However, there are a lot of things I did like about it. My favorite aspect of the entire thing was how they capture that small town feel.
Yeah.
I feel like they really got that.
They did that spot on.
Right. It's mostly white people. Yeah, no, it felt like a lot of things were done right. Like how like everyone knows everyone, like the cop knows people. I felt Justin Timberlake did pretty good. I felt the storyline pretty straight, but I thought it was really interesting that they tackled the subject matter that's pretty modern.
Yeah.
With a little boy.
And I felt they did it well. Like there was no pushing an agenda in the movie.
Yeah, no, it was like there's this little boy.
Like this is an issue and this boy just wants love.
He likes playing with girl stuff. Yeah.
Well, he's raised by a single mother, essentially.
Yeah.
A crackhead single mother. Like I felt those aspects of the story really kind of hit home. I think we all know shitty parents.
Oh, yes. Hey, Mom.
That's why you wanted to watch this movie.
Dude, it felt like my life other than I wasn't, like, I didn't think I was a
You
girl.
were Sam.
When did you release the sexy bag?
I released that.
No, he was Sam.
I was definitely Sam.
Oh, you were Sam.
Hey, editor, put that picture of him with the pink hair. Yeah, no, the movie's okay. As I watched it with Lindsay, my girlfriend, and, you know, we were having a good time
She's
with
made
it.
up.
Harmony can perform oral sex.
So,
Palmer, the fucking 10 out of 10, take her away, John.
Splendid review.
Palmer. Yeah, I didn't know anything about this movie going in. I will say that this movie, it's a more competent film than I thought it was going to be. It does have some major issues, though, with the script. The last third of this movie, the third act of the movie, was so rushed. Like,
Yeah,
it felt like
it was.
they took their time with the movie. They took their time, and then the last act is just like, and everything wraps up nicely. And it's all done.
I felt like they did that too. They're just like it didn't really explain. Oh, did they find a house to live in, or did they move in with that woman?
Yeah, they moved in with
Why
the
did
teacher.
I forget the name of her character? Why did Juno Temple all of a sudden say, "Okay, you can"? There should have been more there.
There should have been
that
a
was
lead up to
jarring.
that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, because like she was like, "Oh, I'm a good mom," and they're in the court and she's fighting, and then all of a sudden she's at their door.
She's at home with her kid.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, you want Palmer to be your dad?"
As far as the acting goes, you guys glazing up Timberlake. He's
He's
good.
okay.
He's good in the movie.
Yeah.
he's
The
good.
best part.
I would say Juno Temple is the best actor in the movie. The best for me acting was the
You're
best.
glazing a little.
The best scene is when Palmer comes in. He has the 1800 and he tries to give it to her, and she's just like, "I'm a good mom." She's like, obviously drugged out and shit. Her acting in that scene was fucking.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Was spot on. I think that was the best acting in the movie, and even the scene when she does come to talk to Sam and
just when she comes.
yeah, I mean that was good too. I thought her acting was really good in that scene too. Juno Temple is usually good in everything. She's one of those actors that like she shows up in things and always has these little parts, but always just like crushes it every time.
Yeah, Horns is good.
And I feel like Timberlake is that sort of actor too. To me, Timberlake as a lead, I have trouble with it. As a supporting actor, I like Timberlake in like smaller roles. Although I didn't think he did bad in this movie.
That's a good take. I don't actually hate that take because I feel like he'd be a strong second.
Yeah, kids today that see him and then don't know him as like the fucking guy like dancing around.
The guy that every girl of our generation wanted.
Yeah, with his fucking bleached blonde fucking curly hair and shit.
True.
Like, that's how I see him. I just can't help it. It's not his problem. It's just a me thing. It's how I grew up with him, I guess. So I don't know.
So you're the problem.
It's
me.
I'm the problem, it's me.
No, I know Alex chose this movie because he saw himself in it.
Did you see yourself in
Yeah,
this?
you identified as Palmer 100%.
Are you Justin Timberlake?
Well, okay. If we're gonna get
100%.
emotional here about all this,
You
I
fucking
did
cried.
kind of take. Yeah, I did actually. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
God.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get into
Tell
it.
the story.
Okay. So I was adopted, and I grew up with a very destructive home. Mom was a drug addict, alcoholic. Dad my biological father dipped out. This film kind of tugged at that because of the fact that, like, this kid had nobody. He was different. I don't think I'm a woman, but, like, I felt...
You had pink hair at one point.
I was also, like...
You were more
it was for
womanly than that
sports.
kid.
Sam didn't think he was a woman. He wanted to be the first boy to do this.
Wait, you never
that's
played with Barbies
inappropriate.
before?
Okay.
Homegirls, hey Bobby.
So he enjoyed the practices of what most little girls enjoy. I got emotional for the fact that, like, Palmer was doing everything. Like, that court scene broke my heart. All he wanted was take care of this kid.
Yeah.
Like, that's all he wanted. And I got a little emotional at that. And, like, even the scene, like, this is going to sound ridiculous, but when the kid gets the certificate, teared up a little. Like, I emotionally felt this film, and I think that maybe that's why I chose it.
It wasn't.
It wasn't as emotional as I thought it would be.
Really, I mean, it was more. I found it to be more of an emotional film than I thought it was going to be. Like, I'll be honest. The first 15 minutes of this movie, I'm like, it's one of these.
It's an Alex movie.
It's one of these. Like, it's his cookie cutter movie, which in a lot of ways it is.
It is very cookie.
It's very
cutter,
cookie cutter. It's very like young adult in a lot of ways.
Yep.
But it does it well.
Yes, it does.
It has its issues. The kid, I don't know who the kid is, but Sam.
I don't think I've ever seen him in anything.
He does really good for a child actor. Really
It's
good.
really hard to get a performance.
Really good as a
He
child
played that
actor.
character well.
Yeah.
All the emotions too needed for that film for his point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another problem with this movie, though, is that you can predict
It,
plot for plot. what's gonna
I
happen
had
in
it
this movie.
pretty.
Yeah.
The only part I thought for sure he was going to end up going back to jail at the end.
Yes, and
I know,
Yeah.
right? So did I.
it's a good point. There was a part in this movie where I was actually rooting for it. I'm like, come on, stick the landing.
Yeah.
You can do this. And then it just goes.
yeah.
It goes the way I thought it was gonna. I'm like, you
Yeah.
could have.
You kind of wish he would have
stuck
went to
it.
jail and then like.
It would have been cool. He went back to jail and the kid went to live with the teacher.
It does, in some ways, feel like a Hallmark movie. In some ways,
yeah.
like it has a very Hallmarky feel to it.
A touch. I'll
Yeah.
give you a touch. Yeah.
Have you watched a Hallmark movie?
I watched a Christmas movie.
They're bad.
I'm married, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
they're
they're
all the
bad.
same.
What was your favorite scene, Evan?
The scene that we didn't get to see when what was his name, Daryl, fucking smeared the makeup on him. I pictured that scene in my head. And I'm like, that is a fucking cruel scene. I wish we would have seen it.
That's
They
brutal.
should have
Yeah.
filmed that.
Does it work better because we don't see it?
I
though?
think the emotion of it would have been.
It would have been a
because it was just like,
horrifying
it's just
scene.
makeup. Like, calm down, kid.
Yeah, but like then
But it's the surprise of that scene because he thinks it's other kids, right?
Yeah.
And you,
Fair play, and then he goes to this
yeah.
the bar and he beats.
it's
the
that moment of like,
shit out
wait,
him.
who did this?
I don't think I'll go back and watch a film like this.
yeah.
But I'll agree with you. It's not one of those films that you want to. It's hard to recollect like a scene that's like stuck.
Like overall, like high level, I can picture it and think of it. I think instead of a favorite scene, I'm just gonna say that I've already said it. Small Town, really liked how they captured that, and I like how they captured rural living and how somebody coming out of the slammer for like 12 years is going to live.
It captures that broken family dynamic perfectly.
Yeah.
Doesn't miss a mark at all.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite scene or no?
Like, he gets arrested and the kid's like, no, Palmer, let him out, let him out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, cool. Or like when he's driving back to the house and like he sees the cops and he's just like, he knows what's coming.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, just go with your mom. Just go with your mom.
No. My favorite scene was...
We're getting fucking shut down.
My favorite scene was the scene where he has the money and he goes over to take to her. Just because I thought
was
that
a
was
good
a
scene.
really... Like, that was like some...
A lot of emotion.
For his okay, like, the acting's good. Like, it's serviceable, but like that scene to me, I was like, okay, this is like a level above type of acting.
What are we going to score it as, Alex? Palmer.
I'm going to get weird with it. I'm going to give it a 3.2. It wasn't a 3,
It's a
and it
3.
wasn't a 3.5. It was
3 point. We're not IGN.
Okay,
We're
it's
not
a
early
3.
aughts IGN.
I'm going to give it a 3. It was a
3's a good score.
it's an ADB film. It wasn't shit. I probably won't watch it again.
John, what are you giving Palmer?
Like I said, surprisingly competent movie. I went into it expecting probably not to like it.
Because it was my choice.
No, because the first 15 minutes I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this movie. And as it went on, it flew by. Did not feel as long as it was.
How long was it?
It was like an hour and 50 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Yeah. Any more than 2 hours is too much.
It's hard. It's hard for me to give this movie anything less than a 3. I think it's a solid
Yeah, it's
3
a good
movie. Yeah.
Good movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I think 3 is a perfect score.
Yeah, I give it a 3 as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's all right, guys. If you made it this far into the video, we are the Movie Cult. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe, because our analytics say that a lot of you motherfuckers don't subscribe.
Palmer
It tugs at your heartstrings a little.
and your penis.
No.